I was raised by my grandmother, Egner Johnson. She did a good job. She couldn't read all right, but she raised us up to love God and to love our family and to be appreciated to everything that we had. And we made our living in the fields, picking cotton, pulling corn, boxing tomatoes, whatever. She worked in the homes of the white race of people. She would iron, wash, clean their house, and she would bring home the Sears catalog. And we would take those catalogs and we would mix water and flour together. And we would put them on our wall to keep the cold wind out. And we used to have to walk from the house to the outhouse.
What is the outhouse, sir?
That's an outdoor toilet. The chain link fence is where the barbed wire fence used to be. And we used to cross that fence and go into the schoolyard. That's the schoolyard right next door. And we had a schoolhouse sitting right in the middle of it. And it was mesquite trees right behind it before you get to that street. And that's where I told my story about what my name was. My hair, ain't nobody's hair ain't look like my hair.
Ain't nobody alive got hair like that.
But my hair was so bad, my grandma would comb it, and as soon as she set the comb down, it'd ball back up again.
And Big Mama called that skipping cotton on the sandy land.
Which way, Lord, I cannot discern. Can I get a little glimpse of glimmer? Can I get a little light when it's dimmer? Can't see how my path was planned. Don't even know where I stand.
I have a lot of fishing experience, man. I don't know if you know this. Been fishing for 2 years. caught one fish before, Matt. For the first time I caught a fish, I didn't know what to do with it, so I just left it on the line, waited for Papa to come take it off the hook. I didn't know how to take it off. I'm a great caster, great reeler. I can go ahead and put a bait on like nobody's business, but as far as pulling something out, never done that before. But that's all right. Today will be that day that things will change and I will be the expert. So all I need is another 4 hours to get something, and hopefully I'm gonna win this competition.
Fast forward and everything is okay. Can't take another minute. Trying to keep it together. Can't see what the heck is on stormy weather. Don't wanna be here. Take me away. Don't wanna stay here. I'm looking for the
And you know what? It balled up so tight until they thought I was grinning. It used to be a peach tree right behind the house. My grandma had a garden right there where that slab is. And there was a lady that stayed right there, and she had a bunch of chickens. But believe it or not, all this used to be so clean, we swept it instead of mowing it. And if we saw a blade of grass anywhere, we go pull it up. See, there wasn't no grass. We used to sweep our yard. Right now when you see that tree right there, they have what they call broom weeds. They used to grow. They're about that tall, and they were little bit of balls on the end of it. And we would take those broom weeds and put them together and sweep the yard. Right. And sometimes we would go down there and get them dry broom weeds and made tea out of it. And it tastes better than Lipton.
Tastes better than what?
Lipton.
Oh, Lipton. I thought you said.
When I was 7 years old, my grandma finally told me to go over and sign in. And I used to go over there every day. Everybody over there knew me. You know, but I was over there every day. He used to run me off, you know. And Egler Johnson. Her name was Egler Johnson. And she wore an apron all the time. She had a gag snuff box that she had in that apron pocket. And they had a tree, a bush that grew right here. And she used to send me out there about twice a week to get her toothbrush off of it. That toothbrush had to be a special brush. It was a little twig about that long with a knot on the end of it. And to get the knot, you had to cut it at a joint. You see these, you know, them little spots on these twigs? Well, what happened is that joint, another limb would grow out there. But we'd cut it right there. And she didn't have no teeth, we did. And we'd have to chew that toothbrush until it got fuzzy and frizzly. You know, before she could take it and dip it in her snuff and stick it in her lip, you know. Anyway, she took her dip of snuff, opened that back door, and told me, you go over there and sign in.
Sign in what? School.
At school. And I went over there, I had a little old syrup bucket, about that my sister said it was a jelly bucket, but I'm saying it was a syrup bucket.
Jelly bucket.
Anyway, and in that jelly bucket was 3 biscuits. 2 of them had bacon in it, and the other one had peanut butter in it. Government peanut butter.
Best kind.
That's good. That's best kind of peanut butter.
And I'm standing there grinning. She said, what's your name, little boy? I said, JP. She said, JP. She said, what JP stand for? And my brother was named James. And that's all.
James W. Johnson. This is how we got involved with the McCrimmons. Married my sister-in-law, Benny Johnson. And my brother was a mild-mannered man, but he was also tough.
this family reunion, and you know, there's one thing that's been bothering me. And you know what that is? I don't know how you met Daddy.
Well, it's a long story. And I really don't have to tell you. But to satisfy you and to make your life a little bit sweeter, I'll tell you.
Okay, where did you meet him, Mom?
I met your father because we were poor. And we had to help Mother. So we would go and pick cotton.
So you met him picking cotton?
I met him picking cotton.
Oh, please tell me about this. How?
Well, this truck would come around and pick us up. And just like I said, it was just working the way we had to work.
You said his truck would pick you up.
Yeah.
Tell me about this truck.
This truck was run by an older man that would pick up people and carry them to the field.
Okay.
And you would work so many hours a day.
How many people on this truck, Mama?
Sometimes it would be 10,
10?
20.
20? How big was this truck?
It was a large truck.
10 to 20 people on a truck?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Which you never did. You know, endure this. Because it's one thing that I prayed all the time, that the Lord would fix it to where my kids wouldn't have to do the things that I had to do.
Now, did Daddy know
Help my
when you on that truck, did Daddy already try to make a move on you or what?
Oh,
He what? He tried to make a move. How did he do that?
yeah. Like any normal teenage boy would do. First, he would ask your name.
He asked your name.
Yes. I didn't ask him because my mother was on this truck. And we had to respect our family. We couldn't do what the girls do today. The girls go and tell the mother. But we had to wait until our mothers asked us. And then we couldn't lie about it. We had to tell the truth. So she asked me if that little Johnson boy like me. And I said, yes. She said, well, I don't want you seeing him. Well, I did. So that cut off for a while. Until one Saturday, he came walking up to the house. Because he saw Mother in the backyard. And he asked her, could he come and just sit and talk? You know, I didn't, at least I never did think Mother would change her mind. But she had talked to his mother. And some reason or another, they had a pretty good friendship. So she said, yes, he could come. And that's how I met your father.
Wow. Well, Thanks, Mom. I really, really do appreciate knowing how Daddy came into your life. Love you.
Thank you.
Alan McCrimmon was born to Letty Nelson McCrimmon and Frank Marshall McCrimmon on April 15, 1889 in Lewiston, Texas, Bell County. This is near Temple, Texas. And his siblings are 4 sisters and 3 brothers. He was very devoted to his sister, Candy Cersei. He visited her 2 or 3 times a day. They was very close. He drove his nieces and nephews to town and church and everywhere they wanted to go. Alan also was a devoted brother and uncle. And he also was, they called him Uncle Mac, Daddy Mac, Almus, and then he loved to smoke his pipe. Aunt Candy and Aunt Caddy Beecham and the family lived in Malcolm, Texas. He was loved by all. He was the pride and joy of the family. In 1917 and 18, he was a soldier and served in the United States Army in World War I in Europe. This information was found in the census record in San Francisco, California. He served his country and received an honorable discharge for his service to the USA. Alan was united in marriage to his first wife, Della Hughes. To this union 2 sons was born, William Bill and Thomas Marshall Jack McCrimmon, which is Benny Mae's father, my oldest brother. Daddy and my mother raised my sister Ivory Haynes children with me. They were Jerry Moe, Bobby, and Wanda Joyce Moe. And he loved to help others, and he did what he could to help you. He also had a mean streak, tough but fair and very strong-willing person. In 1930, Daddy purchased a home in Malcolm. He was very devoted to his mother, Letty Nelson McCrimmon. Granny lived with Daddy until her death in the home he purchased for her. They was peaceful days for Granny. November 23, 1937, she went home to live with the Lord. Daddy was a member of Mount Hope Baptist Church and a later Greater Mount Hope Baptist Church. Daddy was a deacon for many years and was a worship master of Herman Mason Lodge 383 A.F. and A.M. for many years. We all lived in the house he brought for his mother until we left home and finished school. Daddy was a gardener and loved to grow flowers. He had a beautiful flower bed shaped like a heart, and people on the train would stop and take pictures of it. The middle 90s, we lost our home too far that Alan brought for Granny Letty. In Mount Carmel, Greater Mount Hope Baptist Church rebuilt a beautiful church. The Reverend W.R. Daniel, Senior Pastor, and Christine Daniel, they are Alan's great niece and nephew. Daddy passed August 17, 1976 in the VA hospital, Marlin, Texas.
I know. So you 76. That means you 28. Ain't it backed off of that street?
And I won't forget. And I really love you. You should know. I wanna make sure I'm right, girl, before I let go. We've had a good time. That's not to say no. We've hurting each other. Girl, it's a shame. I won't be foolish, no. I wanna know. I wanna make sure I'm right, girl, before I let go. Yeah. You know I think the sun rises.
You said the same thing you said on the video when we were at last.
What did I say?
Okay, I ain't just gonna tell y'all about this place.
No, I ain't, because I don't know what to tell y'all except the church. We went, when we were down here, the church that was across the street. Goodwill has been in my family for years. My grandmother used to make us walk to church from the other side of town. You know, we had to be here at 9 o'clock at Sunday school. And we'd go stay here, have service at 11 o'clock, go back home, have dinner. If we had an evening service, we'd have to come back to church. We stayed in church. We went out on our own after we got grown. But thank God I came back to church. And I'm back now to stay. What else can I tell y'all? Praise the Lord. Amen.
One other thing, church started at 9. What time do you have to get up to get to church?
And we had to walk.
And what time do you have to get up to get here?
The day before. We started walking the day before.
What?